What up, y'all? Welcome back. We here. So I thought this was an interesting conversation. I'm hearing it a lot. I'm hearing like a lot of up and coming actors or actors feel like streaming could mess up their career, right? But on the other side, you got people that are streaming that's getting so much attention where it's taking a career to a different level. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be back and forth. I'll be feeling like as actors, do y'all think it'll mess up y'all career to stream, or do y'all think that streaming is going to up your level? So I want to get into this little Meech conversation. I feel like this is something that the words was small of what he was saying, but I think that it hits so big in what's going on today. If you haven't seen this clip, I want y'all to check it out real quick.
People the wrong way. Anything, you gotta watch what you say. You gotta watch what you do. Yeah. One wrong thing, I do. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, man, I don't want him in my booty no more.
Yeah. So you got parallel a lot of too.
Trying to get movies like Michael B. Jordan, bro.
You go what?
That might rub people the wrong way. Anything, you gotta watch what you say. You gotta watch what you do. Yeah. One wrong thing, I do. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, man, I don't want him in my booty no more.
Yeah. So you got parallel a lot of too.
So I'm gonna say this, right? I hear where he's coming from, but I'm on the fence about it, right? I think in probably 2015, I'm gonna even go 2011 to like 2020. I think that the actors that would have started streaming or doing content, maybe they might have lessened their value. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like maybe they might have lessened their value because when you think about it, there's a mystique. There's a mystique about an actor. When the actor pop out, he's on screen. So, you know, and he has big cameras on him, and there's that mystique, right? It's a mystique where I feel like the audience goes, okay, that's dope. I can dig what he's doing. I think like he stands out because he's not seen all the time. The same way as a rapper back in the day, right? I think it was about the fact that the rapper had a mystique where it's like when you see him pop out, he had some crazy event. He had some crazy car. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like back in the day, that was it, right? I feel like today, it's the reason why you see so many rappers, so many Adrian Broner, boxers, whoever, Ryan, you know what I'm saying? Ryan's streaming too, right? Dean the Great, he's not a professional boxer like that, but he's streaming, right? I feel like there's a reason for that. And I feel like a lot of actors, a lot of filmmakers, a lot of, you know, people that's trying to build their brand, whether you want to model, whatever the case is, right? I feel like a lot of people, they slowing their grind down. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we seeing it more and more. We see so many streamers come out. We see if you into the streaming world, or if you ever looked at like what YouTubers make or streamers make, the bigger ones. You know what I'm saying? That DJ Academics, the DDGs, the people that they really on that stream, the Aiden Rosses, right? I'm like the Kai Sinats. I'm like, for an actor that's not making nowhere close to the amount of money they're making, I'll be like, how do you feel like it'll slow your career down? You know what I'm saying? Because if anything, it's like you see Aiden Ross, you see Kai Cenat, you see DDG, whoever, you see them on these streams, and it's like, bro, I got my own fan base, right? Because I got my own fan base, even if I wanted to do a movie, they would book me for those certain roles. You know what I'm saying? If they felt like I fit the role. Now, are there some filmmakers that I think would be like, nah, I can't really book him like that because, you know, he may be not what I want. I feel like, yeah, there's filmmakers that's they don't want you to be everywhere, and when you finally get on screen, they want this big thing. But I'm like, the power of the actual artist or actor, I feel like there's more power to having a fan base already. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of actors, they fail with that because they're like, man, if I do this, it's going to diminish my brand. But it's like, bro, if you build fan base, like you could do your own shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not sitting there saying, hey, well, I gotta book this big movie so I can eat. You're like, bro, I can do independent projects and own the whole thing. Essentially, you can become a Tyler Perry. Now, everybody doesn't want that, right? The majority of people probably don't want that. But I feel like for the ones that's like, yo, I want to build a huge legacy and a platform, to me it just makes more sense to say go that route. And also feel like a lot of rappers try to diminish what streamers is doing. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. I feel like a lot of rappers try to look down on like, oh well, he just a streamer, or you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of actors too. Or they just do content. I do real movies. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand it. Let me see. How much do the top streamers make versus yearly? Let me see. Versus the top actors. Let me just see. I don't know. It could be actors could be killing it. So it says top tier streamers generally make between 2 million and 20 million annually from subscriptions, ads, and off-platform deals, while the highest paid Hollywood actors make between 20 million and 50 million plus yearly from blockbusters and major studio contracts. Okay. I feel that. And I could definitely see. So I could definitely see it. But I guess my thing is more than that. And that numbers. I never look. I would have thought it'd be less on the actor side. I'm not gonna lie. But what I'm saying is, I think that so many actors, if they started doing more content, even rappers, right? If they started streaming and doing more content, like that'll create another platform now. So now it's like, okay, I'm a top actor. I'm Will Smith, right? I'm Will Smith. I'm making between 20 million and 50 million per year, right? On a major film that I did, right? Or I'm The Rock, right? All right, boom. If The Rock starts streaming, I guarantee The Rock will be making another 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. Easy work. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it'll diminish his brand at all. I think that, and who really made that something, I feel like, and people kind of looked over, I feel like was DJ Khaled. I feel like DJ Khaled got out there and said, I'm going to start streaming. And he don't stream as much now, but I feel like he got to a point where he's like, I'm going to start streaming. It made DJ Khaled so much popular to where the everyday person that's just online could be like, yo, oh, I'm messing with Khaled. Oh, I'm watching Khaled stream. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when I see like rappers or I see actors try to be like, man, it'll mess up my career, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Because at the end of the day, it's like, look, why not get the most you can get out of your career? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we coming into a new day and age where you got people like, especially on the production side, acting and on the production side, you got people like Darman as an example. If you're not familiar with Darman, you got people like Darman who is really like the Tyler Perry of YouTube right now. You know what I'm saying? He's really the Tyler Perry of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And this dude is a film producer, director, right? But he drops all his episodes on YouTube. So he owns everything, right? So you got a guy like this, right? Darman's net worth is estimated to be about between 150 million to $500 million, right? Largely accumulated through his highly successful YouTube channel, Darman Studios, right? You got a guy like that that's like, okay, instead of waiting on the big production, whether I'm an actor, whether I'm a producer, instead of waiting on the big production, why not say to yourself, all right, what I can do is I can just start dropping my own stuff on my channel. The channel's monetized. Now, every time I drop it in whatever views I do, the money comes straight to me. The only middleman is YouTube. As opposed to I'm pitching this movie or I'm trying to audition for a movie if you're an actor and they taking most of the bread. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I feel like we in a day and age where a lot more actors should definitely be more open to getting behind that content, whether it be streaming, whether it be just doing YouTube. I think all of it. I think we in a day and age where, and I was talking to these kids yesterday. Y'all know I've been building this nonprofit out, right? So I was talking to these kids yesterday, and I was telling them, I'm like, look, because my whole nonprofit, that's what it's about. It's about teaching kids trade skills and ownership. But within that, I'm showing them how to market and how to own IP, which is intellectual property, which is owning a YouTube channel, owning films, owning TV shows, things like that, right? So I'm talking to them. I'm telling them, listen, you could get on YouTube and have a skill. You can get on YouTube and have a skill and say, hey, listen, I'm going to go on this YouTube and I'm going to get the page monetized and I'm just going to do something I love to do. I'm a game. I'm a play basketball. I make basketball content. So now what happens is you didn't build up this platform for yourself where you're making so much money if you monetize and your content good where you don't need a big contract. So whether that's a contract in film, whether that's a contract in music, whether that's a contract in it can be sports, it doesn't really matter, right? You can say to yourself, I could build my brand, build a community of people that love me, that rock with what I'm doing, and then take that and I can use that as leverage to do other projects or get into bigger projects or just keep my channel and just eat off my channel. But guess what? That channel's monetized. I can pass that channel down. You know what I'm saying? To the family. So again, I just feel like we coming in more into a day and age where a lot of people are seeing it, but there's a lot of actors and people like that that's not seeing it. Where they like, yo, man, it might diminish me. But if you see dudes with a YouTube channel that's making 150 million that's worth 150 M's to 500 M's off of owning their own shit, to me that's common sense. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm an entertainer, especially if I'm an actor, especially if I direct, especially if I'm already in that space of film, TV. If I'm already in that space, to me that just make more sense. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me see. It said DDG Daryl Granberry Jr. reportedly makes anywhere from $9,000 to over $600,000 per month from YouTube alone. Depending on ad revenue, brand deals, and video performance, while exact figures fluctuate, he is typically disclosed single month YouTube paydays as high as $40,000 to $400,000 during peak periods. Now, again, we talking ownership, right? We talking ownership. If you not on that type of time and you like, oh man, I just want to work. I want to be a worker. That's cool. This conversation is not for you, right? Because I know some people watching is like, what the fuck? What is he talking about? Like, why does that matter? Like, if you not on some owning owning asset shit, you not gonna understand nothing this conversation is about. By the way, this is for people that's like, I'm trying to really learn. I want to really understand where this shit is going, where TV and film is going, right? I want to really understand this. I want to understand where attention is at. You know what I'm saying? So that I can build whatever brand that I want to build, right? So if you're not on that, this ain't a conversation for you. You're gonna be sitting back like, that's cool, but I don't, what people, I feel like we in a day and age, what people don't get is this. The same way real real estate is important, right? Property. People are like, man, buy you a house, buy you a house, buy you a house, buy you a piece of property. You've always heard that, right? The same way that's important, owning a channel is important. It's intellectual property. So it's on the internet, but it's still property, right? So it's similar to a real estate. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, I just think we in a different day and age right now. And I feel like a lot of actors like Lil Meech, I feel like if they don't get on the wave, they gonna miss it. And again, I feel that way with any. I feel that way with any, especially actors. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're gonna miss that thing, right? And again, it's not about. I don't think that content is something that's gonna go away. We've seen it reinvent itself time and time and time and time again, right? And what I'm realizing with the content shit is that people who own networks, they win more than the person that's just like, I'm the worker, right? And I think it's nothing wrong with starting as the worker, but it's everything wrong with staying the worker and never building family wealth for your people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people won't get that. They'll be like, nah, man, it's not all about, not the money. It's not about the money. It's about building a platform for your family. You know what I'm saying? To be able to say, I own this thing. I can pass it down. I can get this to my kids. I can get this to, you know what I'm saying, the next generation. When I hand the baton off, I got them way ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the conversation. It's not about, oh well, that's not my generation. I hear all the older people, that's not my generation. Oh man, I'm not no YouTuber. I can't sit on there and talk to the. It sounds cool. I think we getting to a point in this shit where it's like it's gonna be like the internet. Like before, when the internet came out, people was like, yo, I'm not into no internet. I got the radio. What I need the internet for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what surfing the web? What is surfing the web? And now you look back and it's like the niggas that don't know how to use the internet, you low key a dinosaur. You like, you know what I'm saying? You slow with everything because times then moved on. I feel like content is one of those things. Owning IP is one of those things because it gets to a point where it's like all of the major companies, they have eyes on them. And if you're a company or you're a brand or whatever you call yourself, right? If you don't have the eyes on you, you're gonna get washed. That's just what it is. There's no way around it, right? You're gonna get outshined by the guy who's more visible. It don't matter what it is that you do. You can be doing music, you can be doing fashion, you can be doing whatever, right? It runs in any industry. So again, I just feel like Lil Meech, him kind of saying that and having that perspective, I feel like it's going to slow up his career. Because again, what happens when you're not booking, right? What happens when you're not booking the major roles, right? You can be doing other things, but at the end of the day, what happens? Now, if you have a brand and it's like, I'm not getting booked, but it's like, damn, I could really, over here, I'm not getting booked, but I own a channel that's generating millions. And that not just the money, but it makes me as a face more popular. So depending on what I want to see myself in or how I want to see myself, that's how I'm gonna set up my videos. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it's one of them things, but let me know how y'all feel about it. As always, I appreciate the love and support. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, and let me know how you feel about it, right? Because I truly feel that this is it's going to become the standard in filmmaking, in TV. And I already see it happening, right? And just brands in general, whether you rap, whatever it is. I feel like this is becoming a standard. Let me know how you feel about it. Y'all feel like this is what the standard is going to be. You feel like content will diminish a bigger brand, like an actor that's trying to do major films, like a Michael B. Jordan or what have you. Let me know how you feel about it. And again, if you mess with the content, feel free to give this video some hypes. Hypes pushes out to the algorithm. It definitely gets the video shown. So I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.